Good morning. Thank you for joining us for Build Green CEE. We're very happy that you could come here. My name is Steve Borncamp. I am the Managing Director of SOPOLEC in Bucharest. We also want to define better the green building concept and do this by presenting some regional projects, talk to some leading companies, hear from them, and why did they do this? Why, when they have a choice not to go beyond a code, do they choose to go beyond the code and seek business benefit from doing so? We'll also talk about the financials, what are some incentives, and basically how does energy efficiency and ecological design drive improved building valuations. We'll talk about implementation, architecture and design, construction, materials and building technologies, and true market transformation to a better marketplace for green products and services requires legislation and enforcement. And from our discussion tomorrow on regional policies and incentives for developing the green building sector, you will be pleased to hear about many new initiatives, and I think of specific importance is the introduction of energy audits and building certifications. This is a conference about business opportunities, about economic opportunities for the region. Green building it provides nicer, more affordable homes, offices, and retail space, and better jobs and energy security, protection of scarce, expensive resources, and of course, solutions to very serious global environmental concerns. We're optimistic because there are some interesting trends, one being falling technology cost, greater availability of home mortgages and other types of financing, easier access to knowledge. It's easier to get best practices and learn of the new developments. Also, greater political will at all levels of government in many countries. And we'll talk about that in more detail. And just to give you an indication of something of the earliest, I should say some investors that were in the earliest at some very interesting investments in Silicon Valley. These are companies, they invested very early in Amazon. You know this one, and perhaps this one. And these guys are now interested in energy efficiency and green technology and putting significant investment dollars. I think that is an interesting time. As our company, SOPOLEC, we're very confident of the market for green building and have invested in and launched EcoNavitas, a company that helps constructors, construction companies, real estate developers, and investors improve profits, reduce risk for building green. I'm going to give you a very brief history about how this conference came about. We are interested in innovative industries. Of course, green building is one of them. We assembled at our office a green cafe in association with Viitor Plus, and discussed, I'd say, probably the most simple question: what can we do to promote more green buildings in Romania? From that, we met the ETAP Romania team and learned that there was an opportunity for public comment on the required roadmap to implement the ETAP plan. So we took the opportunity and worked with them to assemble a group of real estate developers, architects, academics, materials providers, a wide range of group, and pulled together, I'd say about 25, 30 people or so, and to discuss what do we see as recommendations for promoting green building. And we facilitated those meetings, and I'll give you just a few pictures of the meetings in the very beginning stages. This was a facilitation effort based on the World Cafe method of facilitating meetings. And it's designed to take different viewpoints that might not normally work together. A good example, quite honestly, might be real estate developers and environmentalists. And we used this plan to break people into small groups and to brainstorm ideas. And then we collected the ideas and then put them back as a report of recommendations. So what we found from these discussions, we had about, I think, 3 or 4 green cafes. What we found from these discussions, there was far more interest in green building in Romania than was readily apparent. Also, that with an understanding that in order to have an efficient marketplace in green building, it needs to be regional and to take advantage of economies of scale and cross-border trade. And we started to think about some ideas. We discussed with the ETAP team. They brought in the Ministry of Environment and Sustainable Development, and we were joined by the Ministry of Development, Public Works and Housing. And I'd say we had some very early support for their decision to join us in this conference. And that brings us to our conference today. So this was a brief history, and I want to talk very quickly about the immediate future. We want to take this opportunity to introduce or announce our intention to form a Romanian Green Building Council. And the purpose of this council will be market transformation for the construction industry. It would be similar in form and function to other green building councils in the UK, Germany, United Arab Emirates, Japan, the US, and others. It would also follow in the path of emerging green building councils, such as Poland, Turkey, Israel, Greece, Brazil, and others, that are seeking accreditation from the World Green Building Council as officially recognized chapters of the World Green Building Council. And I met with the chairman of the World Green Building Council at EcoBuild just a few months ago, and he was very enthusiastic about the possibility of forming new chapters in the Central and East European region. And the purpose, as I said, would be market-driven transformation of the building sector and towards better performing buildings, green buildings. It would be inclusive of private sector companies, of NGOs, of government agencies. The important thing is that whoever belongs shares a common vision of building better, greener buildings. We wanted to offer Econavitas as a point of contact to help with the initial planning, to develop a business plan, to form the initial board, and also to present plans for the future, write a constitution for the organization, for example. And we'd like to ask now that if this is of interest, that you send an email to us and express your interest, and we are looking for founding members of the Green Building Council of Romania. We also would like to extend to other countries in the region that this is certainly an opportunity to start similar organizations in your home country. And we'll be happy to provide information. And I believe a very important function that we could provide is to share knowledge with similar organizations to promote the cause of green building. I'd also like to offer a sincere thank you to Phillips, Isilver, and Lafarge, and you, the conference attendee, for providing financial resources that have allowed us to extend scholarships to students and professors who answered 2 basic questions. Why do you want to attend the conference? And what will you do to disseminate the information after the conference? And these financial resources will certainly help provide a better future for sustainable development in the region. It goes without saying that many people in Romania, the region, and of course the world have long advocated for better building and a cleaner environment. I would just like to say we're very happy to work with everyone that we can to progress the cause and to create a region that has strong economic growth, innovation in construction, and environmental responsibility.